I started in June 2018 because that was the first time you'd heard of it when her behaviour had changed. I'm told by Sophie that the debt was £5,000. And so, like me, I assume, Mum, that third party borrowed £5,000 and that your daughter, Sophie, stood as a guarantor for that £5,000, correct?
Yeah.
Understood?
Yes.
Is that correct, Sophie?
Yes.
Oh, no, it's not. This all started not in 2018, but according to the claim as I now understand it, in December 2016, correct?
Yes.
This third party asked you to stand as guarantor for an initial sum of money. Not £5,000. How much?
£500.
500. Did you know, madam, that this debt all started with her being asked to stand as guarantor not for 5,000 but for 500? Did you know that?
No.
Well, I'm afraid, Mum, it gets a good deal worse. The third party was making regular payments, correct?
Yes.
And in 2016, you had no reason or notice that the third party was not meeting the obligations that they had to the lender, correct?
Yes.
Here's the question. How on earth did it go from £500 in December 2016 to 5,000 in June 2018?
Because in that time, they was going to get evicted and they begged me to up the loan.
If somebody's getting evicted, just like Mum would tell you, that is the clearest indication imaginable that somebody doesn't have money, correct? £500, you could have said no. Did you extend it by 4,500 straight away?
No.
It was what's called incremental. So there was the 500, then there was a second occasion where they extended the loan.
I think it took it up to 2,000.
Another 1,500. You stood as guarantor, correct? 500, then another 1,500. We're at 2,000. Could have stopped there. Then what happened?
Then they asked me to up it again because they was going to get evicted.
Now, here's the thing. At the beginning, when you had stood as guarantor for £500, the repayments were £30 per month. And that, I would have thought, Mum, was a reasonable sum where Sophie could come to an assessment that this third party would be OK to pay. Do you see? No problems. However, it then went up to 2,000. Do you remember what the monthly repayments were then for this third party that you had stood as guarantor for?
I think it was about £120 a month.
Did you check or did you satisfy yourself that they could afford it? You can't have done because they were getting evicted, madam.
This was after.
Well, we're now at 2,000. How did it go up?
When they called me, begged me to up it so they could pay their rent arrears.
By how much?
That took it to 5,000.
That was the third time. Did you know there were 3 separate occasions?
No, I don't.
And on 3 separate occasions, Sophie, as a matter of law, could have said, I'm awfully sorry, no. Why on earth would you agree to stand as a guarantor for that sort of person?
Because at the time I knew what money they was getting.
Why did you finally tell your mum that?
Because it was going to land in my lap.
How did you know?
From the messages and the letters from the actual lender themselves.
They were sending more and more letters. In other words, the third party appears to have disappeared or stopped making payments. And quite lawfully, this company decided to come after whom?
Me.
Exactly so. And at that point, as far as I can gather, there are no, if any, payments. And at this point, the loan companies start becoming very aggressive indeed towards you, right?
Yes.
What sort of threats are we talking about, madam?
That bailiffs was going to come to my house.
Do you live in your home alone, madam?
I've got 2 children.
How old are your children?
4 and 2.
What did it do to you?
It was just horrible.
Did you
so scared.
What sort of granny is Sharon?
Brilliant. My kids love her to bits.
Christmas Day came, Sharon. By this point, according to your claim, Sophie isn't just not herself, but she presented to you, as she does to me now. She'd lost every sense of her own spirit, right? What was she like at Christmas?
It was horrible. Didn't enjoy Christmas. None of us enjoyed Christmas.
What did you do for her on the 25th of December?
I was at work in the morning. I finished work, spoke to Sophie on the phone, and she was crying. So I went up there and paid £250 into her account to keep the bailiffs away till after Christmas so that her and the children could enjoy Christmas Day.
Just to be clear, the bailiffs had threatened to come on Christmas Day. Am I right?
The day after.
Don't be stupid. Stay and watch the best Judge Rinder moments. And I'm talking. Understood? Don't be a moron. Subscribe to Judge Rinder YouTube channel. Right now. That's an order.